Welcome back, students. Welcome to Unacademy. Welcome to Let's Crack UPSC Examination with Unacademy, India's largest learning platform. My dear students, with just one subscription, you'll be having unlimited access to live and recorded courses from India's best educators like Roman Saini, Mrunal Patel, many. At Unacademy, we are having more than 15,000 courses prepared by top educators. And also, if you are new, we'll be having a hand-holding facility at Iconic subscription. I strongly recommend a subscription, and if you have a subscription, I guarantee you that you won't repent. You won't regret for taking the subscription. It's worth taking, my dear students. This is a brief about me. I've been teaching UPSC aspirants since 2009. Since in an extra attempt in 2015, I got the opportunity to write again. I scored the top marks. So I made that as one of the core area of my teaching. I'll be giving all the materials with respect to what I teach in my Telegram group. As of now, I'm like very busy schedule. So I am unable to update. Like tomorrow or day after tomorrow, I'll be taking leave just to update the things where I will be updating all the things. You can connect to me on an academy platform through this link. I asked you to get a subscription. Then you may ask me, sir, like what I will get. A better question will be what you won't get. Here we'll be having structured courses, more than 15,000 structured courses. Structured courses are those which are prepared based on the syllabus. They'll cover the syllabus comprehensively and also based on the previous year questions. These are prepared by top experts, like you might have heard of Brunal Patel sir, very famous teacher, par excellence. He almost has dedicated his whole thing for civil service. I also like why I often use Brunal sir's name is, in fact, I was Brunal sir's student. The way he used to give the notes, the way he made the economy, he has redefined economy, in fact, for UPSC aspirants. This structured course are having both live and recorded things. In live, you'll get your doubts clarified by chatting, and also you'll be having like live answer poll sessions. This will be in addition to the live tests and quizzes where you can evaluate on yourself, and all these things will be having unlimited access. Then having said that, you may ask me like how to get the subscription. To begin with, to start with, you have to download Unacademy Learners app. Unacademy Learners app is the starting point for your entry. My dear students, if you have not downloaded, please download it. It's a different thing inside the app where you'll come to know who are the faculty. Like I said, more than 100 top educators. You will see who are there. Otherwise, seeing is believing. Download it and you can see those things. And also you can see the number of courses which they will be offering, past and future courses, their rating of the teachers, the structured courses, the new courses, everything will be there. And also there are many special classes which are free. This is a very like tempting offer. So I strongly recommend you to first download the app, which is freely available in Google and Apple Play stores. At Unacademy, we will be covering the syllabus in a comprehensive way. As I told, there are more than 100 top educators. You name the subject, there is a topper. Not only top educators, even ex retired bureaucrats, civil servants like Rakesh Verma sir, Avdesh Singh sir. They have a huge experience. Their experience is more than your age. They will be telling you not only the things with respect to the academic things, they will share their experience. These things you won't get anywhere talking to an IAS officer, to the senior most bureaucrat who has worked even with the PM, CM. They are here because they have passion for teaching. So, as I told you, we have got like more than 300 courses in all the major things. You name polity, geography, economy, environment science, answer writing practice, NCRT, CSAT things, decision making, reasoning, all these things. English, even English. For this, we are having like huge number of courses, and also dozen of courses will be upcoming. New educators are coming. What are you waiting? Get a subscription, my dear students. At Unacademy, primarily we have got two kinds of subscription, that is Iconic and Plus. The major difference between the two is with respect to the hand-holding facility which we have on Iconic subscription. In Iconic subscription, a personal coach will be assigned to you who will guide you, who will walk you through the entire process. He'll be giving personalized feedback. If you don't need, if you already have those, you can go for Plus subscription. If you are a beginner, due to economy of scale, all these things, I strongly recommend 1 year or 2 year subscription. If you take 2 year per month, you will be charged only 2,700 with my promo code, my dear friends, with 10% discount for Plus subscription. Same on the other hand, if you take Iconic subscription for 2 years, you will be charged only 4,000 with my promo code. Having realized the importance of a optional subject, we have kept optional as a separate entity. It's a different thing to give a special focus. If you take 2 year subscription here, you'll be charged just 1,500 rupees, my dear. 1,500, very, very nominal price with my promo code for 2 years. It will be the thing. Not only this, you are having no cost EMI. I think you are aware of no cost EMI. No cost EMI, there is no extra amount which you have to pay, even though you are paying on installment basis. Having said this, let us begin our class, that is administration, bureaucracy, public administration, and the things within the public administration. Here we started with public administration. After that, bureaucracy we discussed. After that, public administration. Here, two of my students have asked two doubts. One, I will explain here itself. What is explain about ministry? Okay. In a simple way, I will explain. Afterwards, I will correlate that to the constitutional thing or thing. Otherwise, okay, first ministry itself. First thing, generally, you under a ministry, you have got many departments. Many departments. But there are ministries without departments. And there are departments without ministry. This is, this is with respect to only ministry. Why these ministries are formed? Are these ministries legislatures, executive, judiciary? Definitely, they also do some quasi-judicial things, quasi-legislative things. But these are only executive bodies. ministry, secretariat, all mean execution. Let me explain in a holistic way. Here, people, who is the king? People are the king. Like nobody is king in democracy. In fact, if we can call someone as king, they are people. The better word than this one, people are sovereign. Means people are supreme. This is very, very appropriate. Since people are supreme, means that there is no one above here. This space, I don't want to write also. Above people, there is no one. Everything what is there, it's below. Everything what is there is below people. Because people are sovereign. Sovereign means supreme. There is no authority above them. There is no authority which can compel them. People are supreme. So, what these people have done, they have written a constitution and they have given that to themselves. This constitution, what is this? This is a basic law or the supreme law or the law of the land, the motherland, mother law, which give rise to all the things. Basically, constitution is also a law, but it is supreme law. Why it is supreme? One of the main reason constitution is supreme because it is created by people. People are sovereign in democracy. We want to be ruled by constitution according to people. So in constitution we cannot write all the things. So people have given permission to the legislature to make laws. This can also be called, they also can be called act. Anything which ends by law or act is made by people. Or policy. So why laws are made, why acts are made, why policy are made? To give effect to the constitution, to rule ourselves according to constitution. And this legislature are the representative of the people. Okay. These laws are made by legislature. These are having the backing of the people because people have given power to the legislature to make them. Then how to implement these laws? How to execute these laws? For that, there is what is known as executive. Executive will be implementing the laws. Don't take me other way. Like they are not like below. I am giving the direction with respect to rules, laws. So I am making this below. In fact, these are parallel. Legislature and executive are parallel or of equal power. Let me cancel this. Okay. So these are implemented by, these are executed by the legislature. Sorry, executive. Who are the executive? Your PM and Council of Ministers along with your president. Okay. So to execute these laws and policies, we need something. That is, here, these laws and policies are under the portfolio system allocated to different ministers. To implement the policies, execute the law, act all these things under the portfolio system, different, it is divided and given to different ministers. So this minister, different minister, PM is also a minister, is primus inter pares, first among the ministers, only that. So ministers. So how these ministers will execute or implement those things? With the help of the ministries. So, a minister will be heading a ministry politically, and the ministry will be headed by the by the secretary administratively. Here we have what is known as bureaucracy. I think Vimala Singh asked this one. Is this clear? So, what is bureaucracy doing? Bureaucracy is implementing the principles of the constitution, implementing the principles of the legislatures. It is executing them. That is it. So, ministry is headed by the minister politically, and it is headed by the secretary with respect to administration. Is this clear? If you have anything, please message me. Like it may not be possible for me to answer here itself. Constraints of many things. Definitely, I will answer in my upcoming sessions. Okay. Having said this, another student asked, "What is the meaning of rational? Why, under this context, why it is called rational? What is the meaning of rational in general? Rational means logical, reason with reason. If you are doing something with thought, with knowledge, we can say that that is a logical, that is rational thing. Here, it is called rational thing. It is not, okay, we'll take the opposite. It is not irrational. It is not irrational because means are expressly designed to achieve certain specified ends. Means are expressly designed to achieve certain specific end. Say for example, you take any end. So in, say for example, this is goal 1, this is goal 2. End means goal, results. To achieve goal 1, already there is one means it is expressly designed. Means are expressly designed means based on all the knowledge we have. These are scientifically prepared. Means are expressly designed. So goal 1, to achieve goal 1, M1 mean or M1 way should be followed. Is this clear? Scientifically, these means are prepared to achieve goal. Since we are like in a rational way, we have means to achieve all the goals. We can say that that is rational. Rational because means are expressly designed to achieve certain specific ends. You take any end, any thing, for that means are already present. It is no, if means were not there, it would have been illogically, irrationally. It would have. We cannot say that they are irrational. Bureaucracy is irrational. We cannot say that bureaucracy is irrational because the means. What are the means here? Rules and regulations. So these means are rules and regulations. Bureaucracy follow these rules and regulations to achieve the ends. So it is rational. Is this doubt clear for you? Okay. These are the two doubts asked by students. Next, as I said, these are the characteristics. To understand all the characteristics, you just imagine the police department, where how they are recruited. Are they independent? Are they in a hierarchy? Is there any promotion? Is there their sole work? Is there any discipline? Is there any promotion? Is there any qualification required? What are the basis on which promotions are made? The things given to the police, say for example, the means, all these things, are they belong to themselves? The authority which the sub inspector has, SP has, is it because of his personal things or because of the place, because of the irrational uh, thing what is there in the bureaucracy? Why? You just write those things, these are the characteristics. And it is said that it is one of the most important thing. Okay, this is one of the most important thing. Without bureaucracy, no organization can survive. You take anything. Say, for example, there is no merit system. Can an organization survive? How long it will survive? If a person is not made the sole occupant, morning he comes to police station, evening he goes and somehow he works in another place. Is this possible? No. This is one of the most rational. Rational because means are well defined. Laws to achieve any end. There is a mean. What is this mean? This means are rules and regulations. Every bureaucrat, a person who is there, has to follow certain rules and regulations to achieve the ends. So this is rational. He cannot work irrationally, not following the rules and regulations. Okay. Bureaucratic properties. This is very, very important. Division of work, hierarchy, system of rules, role specificity, and also behavioral properties, rationality, impersonality, rule orientation, neutrality. These things we have already dealt. Let's pass on to the next thing. Very important. How? Here I have connected bureaucracy and democracy. Bureaucratic values that are in consonance, which are in alignment with those of democracy, which are in consonance with democracy. What are they? Recruitment through merit-based exam. Say for example, if there is democracy, if there are some posts. In a democracy, how do you want to fill those posts? How do you want to fill those posts? Definitely based on merit system. Isn't it the same thing happening in bureaucracy? So it is in consonance with bureaucracy. Recruitment based on professional qualification. Say the same thing. There is a high level post to fill that. If you are in democracy, how you will feel? Will you put that a illiterate person to that post? A professional qualified person you will put. So a democratic value is followed in bureaucracy. Administrator is separated from the means of administration. Means there is no like amassing of the things. Administrator is separated from the means of administration. Isn't it? This is what you want in democracy. There is a public servant to serve the public, to the people. He has got car, bungalow, everything, but they're not his own. The means, the car is not his own. Political neutrality. This is a very, very important thing. In a democracy, why political neutrality? Bureaucracy is executing. Like almost all, like bureaucrats should be like politically neutral. Politically neutral. Why? Because what is their work? Their work is execution. Their work is execution. Their work is implementation. So, what is the need for them to be political? If they are like not politically neutral, somehow they are trying to into and they are jumping into the other sphere of legislature, policy making. transgressing the boundaries, checks and balances will be imbalanced. So executive work, what is his duty? Execute the things. So political neutrality, one of the principle followed in according to democratic ethics, ethos. Bureaucrat's office is sole occupation. Bureaucratic office is sole occupation. This is the reason why this is the why this is done. This is to prevent. This is to make him politically neutral, to prevent him from having any vested interest. Vested interest. Say if it is not his sole occupation, somehow he may go and join the legislature. He may go and join the judiciary. He may go and join any private organization. A vested interest may develop in those things. Why a sub-inspector, a IPS officer, a IAS officer, their sole occupation is only that. They cannot say that part-time I will do some work, or like IRS officers, Indian revenue officers, their working hours will normally be 5 to 10. So after 10 till 5, they have got lot of time. What happen if they do some other business? Since they are in the sole occupation, since their sole occupation is one, it is trying to make them follow the integrity. It is by this somehow the chances of placing themselves under certain obligation will reduce. Next, bureaucrats are subjected to strict discipline and have to run the administration according to rules and regulation. So, rules and regulation, isn't it according to the democratic ethics? Constitution, we have a democracy where constitution, the laws are there. Then bureaucracy, what is it doing? It is implementing these laws and policies according following the laws, rules, regulations. These are the democratic virtues present in bureaucracy also. Then what are the non-democratic, we cannot say non-democratic things, like which are in opposite to democracy? Can you think of those things we have discussed earlier? Can you think in these things? What are the things present here which are not democratic? First one here, division of work, hierarchy, rules, role specificity. Is there anything which is non-democratic here? Is there anything which is non-democratic? What are these? Which are non-democratic, which are in opposition to democracy, which are opposite to democratic ethics and values? One, rigid hierarchy. Rigid hierarchy. Say how rigid hierarchy, since there is rigid hierarchy, means as I told, there is a superior and subordinate relationship. This extends to all the levels. Like I have explained with respect to the most common thing, you almost always you know those things. PC, head constable, SI, circle inspector, DYSP, SP, DIG, so and so forth. So here one is superior, another is subordinate. In democracy, superior and subordinate relation, is it in accordance with the democratic principle? In democracy, all the people are equal. There is rigid superior subordinate relationship, hierarchy. There is a direct means direct control and supervision of the subordinate by the superior. Is it okay? Then here these are rule oriented. and also value neutral. Value neutral means they're thinking and acting, making people as facts. When you're dealing with people, how can be value neutral? Not political neutral. These are things I'm not saying political neutrality, no. These are value neutral. And where is equity? If it becomes value neutral and it is only rule oriented, value neutral and only rule oriented, where is the equity? 1% of the population is having more than 40% of the country's wealth. 1% population is having the wealth more than the wealth of bottom 90% of the people. In this situation, can we go for only rule orientation, value neutrality? Will it be good in a democratic sphere? So these are the things where bureaucratic values are antagonistic to the democratic values. Is it clear? Any doubt with respect to these things? So first, for bureaucratic attitude, put all the bureaucratic values or the characters which we have discussed. All the characters or properties of bureaucracy. Attach them. This leads to bureaucratic attitude. Then democracy. Go to our preamble. In the preamble, main constituents of the preamble: liberty, equality, fraternity, socialism. What all the things present in the preamble? You apply them. These values lead to democratic attitude. See what is the difference between them. And also, what are the things common to them? I have explained you here. Both the things you combine and write the answer. Please write the answer and message me. I will correct the things. Next. Bureaucracy is the most superior. Max Weber says that if someone is ruled by bureaucracy, he can never think of any organization or any method through which he will be ruled. Says that what Weber says that in any democracy, Weber says that in any democracy or to any government for that matter, in any democracy or government for that matter, if once people are ruled by bureaucracy, they cannot think of anything other than bureaucracy. Okay, putting the things in another way. Now, we are the implementation part of the things are taken by bureaucracy. Can you think of any organization other than the bureaucracy? Can you think of any organization where you don't have merit based system, you don't have a career system, you don't have a superior subordinate relationship? Can that organization work? No. From all the angles, with respect to efficiency, effectiveness, with respect to rationality, any aspect you take, Weber says bureaucracy is inevitable. You cannot think of any organization without bureaucratic principles. Okay, come out of the government setting. Take any large organization, say Google or Infosys. Can they work without bureaucratic principles? Think here. Forget about our police organization, military or navy things. Bureaucracy refers to not only government, it refers to all big organization. The way the administration of all these things will be done with the bureaucratic principles itself. Even you take the case of bank or anywhere, if there is a big organization, bureaucratic principles have to be there. Just apply that to any big organization you come across and think of other alternative. Is it possible? Weber says not possible. Is this point clear? If you have any doubt, please let me know. I will answer the things in my next session. Let's get into public administration. What is public administration? Let me explain this in a very brief way. Afterwards, we'll go in depth into the concept. You know the meaning of administration. For that, you have added a word public. Public in the administration means government administration. Means it is not private administration. Point number one. Government administration. In that, the focus is on executive. Focus is on executive. If the focus is on executive, what are the principles on which the executive works? Your executive, like I said, your ministers, how they work, how they implement the laws, how they implement constitution through the bureaucratic setup, the secretariat. So here the focus is also on government bureaucracy. Is this clear? Any doubt with respect to these things? Here, my dear students, one important thing, you know this, but why you won't get the correct meaning or correct understanding is you won't be comparing public administration with private administration. If you compare private administration and public administration, you will get the correct meaning of public administration. Public administration is government administration. Government, private, and they also have non-NGO, non-governmental organization. It's a different thing. What is the difference here? The main difference. Why NGOs are kept separately is one of the main motive of private organization is profit. NGO are not for profit organizations, are not working with the motive of profit. So we can have like three kinds of organization: government, private, and non-profit organizations. Why non-profit organization? Profit is one of the main motive, in fact, the sole motive of private organization. To answer all the questions with respect to civil service, with respect to public administration, what you have in chapter number 6 and also 7 governance, you should have a fair understanding of bureaucracy. Already the UPSC has asked twice about bureaucratic things and also public administration. Okay, I'll make the things clear. One, Forget all these things. Public administration refers to the executive branch of the government. Executive branch of the government. The focus of public administration is on bureaucracy. That is government bureaucracy. You have to be specific because bureaucracy is a general word. All large organizations have bureaucracy. Without bureaucracy, large organization cannot be run. So did you get this one? In executive branch, who comes your civil servants or public servants. So did you get the link? Why I'm saying like bureaucracy is very important topic. That is the reason why UPSC has asked twice. Okay, let's understand public administration. Here what I will be doing is first what is important from the examination point of view. First, I will just explain the concept of public administration. After that, like I'll just compare and contrast the things with respect to the private organization, private, because then only you can answer the things. Then only it makes sense. Then we'll have importance of public administration. If you know the importance of public administration and how it is different from private organization, these are the two things needed for you. Because in the question 2014 question you have read like how ethics leads to social well-being, and they have asked how it is like ethics important to public administration. Why in public administration ethics is very important. So that you can answer if you know what is the importance of and the role of public administration and how is it different from private organization. Now what is the trend happening now is I said like let me take this part of the board for now. So the most important things what you have to study here is the concept and also how it is different from private organization, the role and importance of public administration to answer all the questions. Like I have gone through those things. Now I said that public administration is different from private administration. But of late, after 1990, after 1990s, the era of liberalization, globalization, this 1990s, not only like India also 1991 from that somehow the beginning of the LPG, but at the world level also. From 1990s onwards, public administrationists and people around are advocating that there are some things which public administration, that is government administration, should give to private administration. In this direction, they have proposed the concept of new public management, NPM. So you should know what NPM stands for. All these LPG things are the results of NPM. So I'll be just touching about new public administration and also new public management. In this, new public administration is just for the conceptual things. New public administration is the one which is trending, and also this is the one mentioned by second ARC also. My dear friends, NPM in one word is just one thing: rollback of the state. rollback of the state. Minimal state. Welfare state means a state which takes care of the welfare of all the people. Minimal states means only those things which private cannot do, like law and order, implementation for contracts, which we have studied in libertarianism, the ethical standards, Nozick, John Locke, all those people who advocate these things. Government has miserably failed. What they say that we don't need more government. We don't need more government. Government is everywhere nowadays. No, not nowadays, previously. So we don't need more government. We don't want government everywhere. We want governance, the act of problem solving, collective problem solving. We want better governance. For that, there is a need for the government to roll back. Say, for example, PPT model is a great hit. Now, disinvestment, why? Almost except some multinational organization or public sector organizations which have got some monopoly or larger scale, they are making profit. Otherwise, most of the organization, public sector organizations were in loss. Many were closed. That is the reason almost all the public sector organizations, PSUs, are being disinvested. They are the jewels of the state, my dears. The last, even railways, they are bringing private. Why? Because there are some areas government is not able to work. So I will be dealing about new public management also. Let's get into public administration. Public administration refers to administration which operates in government setting. This I have explained you. Why it is operating in government setting? Because it has to implement the policies. This is okay. It is acting in government setting, so it is different from private organization. Next, the focus is on executive branch of the government. The focus is on the executive branch of the government. This executive branch to work to execute, how it will execute? To execute the policies, to execute the laws. Is there any way other than a structure like bureaucracy? So the focus is on executive branch of the government, and also the focus is on public bureaucracy. This is clear. Next, public administration is both an academic discipline and a field of practice. So this is very important. Public administration as an academic discipline. I'll just take 1 or 2 minutes and I'll say you. Woodrow Wilson is father of public administration. In fact, he is the first person who said that politics and administration are different. Administration is with respect to implementation of the laws. Politics is with respect to making the laws. He said that there has to be dichotomy between politics and administration. Politics and administration dichotomy he started, and he made a strong appeal for that. Because of his efforts, in fact, public administration as a new discipline emerged. In fact, nearly 90% of the literature what we have with respect to public administration is from America, USA. In India, the public administration is popular for one of the main reason is it is there in UPSC. Have you heard anyone taking public administration and making career in public administration. In fact, since this was one of the most popular subject, one of the main reasons for its popularity and spread in India is UPSC. And as you know, in UPSC you have got polity as an important section, where in public administration major component is polity. So 95% of the things with respect to public administration are developed, implemented, all these things in USA itself. It's both an academic discipline and a field of practice. Practice like what we spoke about, bureaucratic system. As an academic discipline, it is one of the newest discipline. Just some 200 years. That's it. You were to take an example of botany, geography, there are hundreds of years. As a discipline, just in one line, first said that polity and administration are different, dichotomy. Then they said that no, public administration is equal to political science. Then they said that no, public administration is equal to management. Then they said that public administration is equal to policy making. Now, according for the academic discipline, public administration is governance. For academics purpose, my dear students. So, the latest paradigm they say, the things what I have mentioned, politics academy dichotomy, public administration as political science, public administration as management, public administration as policy making. All these things are paradigms. And after 1990s, the paradigm of public administration is governance. Means everything related to governance is the aspect which they will be studying in academic field. We are less concerned and almost least concerned with respect to this. As an academic field, we are not concerned. We are concerned with this as a field of practice, where the focus is on executive department and also bureaucracy. In fact, there are many who advocate that everything in the government is the subject matter of public administration. It is true, especially as an academic discipline. It is true because the paradigm of public administration now is governance. Governance is all encompassing. Governance includes everything. Your government, even political, private organizations, civil society, non-governmental organizations, market, all these things are included in governance. In fact, if you like read any literature, they have stopped using the word government, even polity, all these things. They are using the term governance. They are true. But when it comes to the field of practice, public administration is with respect to executive branch. As a discipline, it includes all legislature, executive, everything. Because the paradigm, it is like already written and it's true that the paradigm of public administration, the current thing, the focus, the locus, Nicholas Henry uses the term locus and focus of the public administration now is with respect to governance. Governance includes all the things. Anything done for the welfare of the people is governance. Decision making and its implementation, redressal of the grievances, everything. So, as an academic discipline, it includes everything. As a practice, it is concerning only to the executive branch of the government. Is this clear? Any doubt with respect to these things? Okay. This is very important. What is the difference between private and public administration? Please tell me. You know the difference. Let me take one example of the thing. Simple example. There is a government hospital. There is a private hospital. What is your opinion? Forget about the efficiency, all these things. To enter private hospital without permission, what do you feel? Entering government hospital without permission, what do you feel? How you feel? In the first place, nowadays, can you think of entering the private hospitals without purpose or without intention? Say public administration, private administration difference. Man, simply I gave you one. What are the difference between public and private administration? What is the motive of private administration? As I have told, profit. Can government organization, public administration have profit as the main motive? I'm carefully using the word profit as the main motive. There is a isolated home, isolated hamlet, isolated village, which is, say for example, 50 kilometers from the nearest place, from nearest village or something like that. If you give private people, will they lay the roads? Is it profitable? The same example, election commission has sent the ballot papers during election to the hamlet through helicopter. Will the private do that? Is this cost effective? Demand and supply. Can we work on those things? What is the difference? What is the perception people have about public and private organization, administration? Let us see one by one. Is private organization accountable to you? Is Ambani, is Narayan Murthy, is Bill Gates accountable to you? Are they following uniform rules and regulations? Is uniform needed in those things other than following some of the rules laid down by the legislature in general? Let us see one by one. These differences are very, very important because they are asking the question why ethics is important in public administration. What is the need of impartiality in public administration? What is the need of transparency in public administration? What is the need of right to information? What is the need of accountability? What is the need of impartiality? What is the need of like dedication for the upliftment of the weaker section? These things you cannot answer if you don't have the difference, if you don't know the difference between public and private organization. And also the role and importance of public administration should be known. If you know the importance, you can write things. Why ethics is important, role, and why it is how it is different from private. Write it. Your answer will be complete. Let's begin. First, public and private organization are different for one of the main reason is political character. What do you mean by political character? Here you have got the legislature. The policy maker is the legislature who is defining the thing. Modi ji. What is he doing? What is he doing? Oh, Modi ji did that one. This did this one. Modi ji is great. He made that one. This one. No, that is wrong. Modi ji is just implementing. Modi ji is just implementing the political character. He is just implementing the policies framed by the parliament. That is your legislature. So Modi ji is not doing anything. He is just implementing the things. He is just executing the things. Is this clear? So public administration just executing what your political head has said. And also, as you know, we have got portfolio system where each minister is assigned with different areas. Department is Each department and ministry is headed by a minister. This minister is accountable to the things which he has done in the parliament. Means he is accountable to the people. Is this clear? Next, breadth of scope, impact and consideration. Breadth of scope, impact, consideration. What is the scope, impact and consideration of private organization? It is very narrow. But the impact, the scope of public administration is very broad. It is said that public administration impacts everything from womb to tomb. From womb to tomb. Very important thing. What is the logic here? Womb to tomb means womb means when you are in when still you have not taken birth, when you have not come to this world, you are in the womb of your mother. Public administration starts influencing you from that point. Tomb after your death. Please understand the logic here. It's a very powerful thing. Womb to tomb means not public administration is not impacting you from birth to death, not from birth to death. It is impacting you from before birth and even after your death. Is this clear? Public accountability. Public administrator, they are accountable to people. Public administration should work with the main motto of public interest. Public interest is the main thing. In fact, as we have studied, what is integrity for a civil servant? Second ARC says that integrity for civil servant is anything maximizing public interest or working solely for public interest is integrity. I repeat, according to second ARC, integrity for a civil servant is working solely for public interest. What is integrity? Integrity is following ethical standards. Ethics means only standards. When you follow them, it becomes integrity. Ethics in action is integrity. Is it clear? So there is public accountability. Next, principle of uniformity. Only in public administration you have got uniformity. There is no differential treatment except for like downtrodden, weaker section. That is also with the aim of uniformity and equality itself. Say, for example, there is a running race. One person is 7 feet tall and another is 4 feet tall. If we make them to run with the same condition, can we say that is equality? No. So, there is some preferential treatment, but there is uniformity. That preferential treatment used to make those people who are downtrodden come to par with the other sections of the society. Maybe to because of some injustice which they have suffered long before. So in public administration, you have got the principle of uniformity. In private, you don't have. In public administration, you the principle of external financial control will be there. What is this external financial control in public administration? How? Please let me know. How is the finance externally controlled? Let me take the same example. Modi ji released 100 crores. Modi ji released 100 crores for dash dash dash. This is a wrong thing. Modi ji cannot release even 1 rupee. Modi ji cannot release even 1 rupee. Why? Because he is just executor. He is a executive. Then who is controlling the purse? Purse is with the legislature. It is with the parliament. Why budget session? Without budget session, without parliament accepting and giving the money, executive won't be having any money. Here there is external finance control, but in private it is not there. Principle of public responsibility, public accountability and also responsibility. Here, looking after the people, public interest is one of the most important thing. Do the private have this one? Public responsibility? No, public administration has. The service motto. Service is one of the main thing. What is the motto for private? It is profit motive. Is this clear? These are the difference between private and public. Can you add upon any other things with respect to the notion, the thought which is present in the people themselves? With respect to the measuring of the efficiency and effectiveness of the things. In private administration, if profit is more, then we can say that this is efficient and economic. Can we apply the same thing here? Can we think on this direction? Moving further, Peter Drucker. So Peter Drucker, one of the master management guru, one of the greatest person in management, Peter Drucker, and also Herbert Simon, Nobel laureate. Let's see what they have said. Public administration is having different purpose, different value, different needs, different objectives, makes different contribution to the society. Performance and results are quite different in service institutions from what they are in business institutions. The value, the ethos in private and public administration are entirely different. Service institution means he is referring to public administration. In private organization only the efficiency, effectiveness, the profit determines the performance of the things. In public administration, it won't be the thing. If profit would have been the motive, then I gave the example. What will be the thing with respect to the weakest people of the society? Will we cater to the most primitive societies? Do we? No. And also, performance and results are the main differences here. The performance and results, what we expect in public administration, are different from what we expect in private organization. Still, Herbert Simon says makes a very important distinction. What he says is, with respect to what people think, he says that the distinction between public and private institution lies in the popular imagination, which relates to 3 points. So he's not saying he has his own thing. He's not saying this is my opinion. Public imagination. He's saying what public think about those two things. The things what he the 3 points what he is giving. These are what people think. Popular imagination with which relates to these 3 points. What people think. One is public administration is bureaucratic, whereas private administration is business like. What is the implied meaning? Bureaucratic means all the characteristic you referred there. Hierarchy, rationality, impartiality, neutrality, career system, professional system, all these things. Business like. What does this mean? What is business? What is the main motive of business? Profit. So main difference according to Albert Simon is bureaucratic there. People think that is bureaucratic. This is what Simon is saying. These are not his things. People what they think. And people also think that public administration is political, while private administration is not political. Don't you think so? If you want any government job, if you want anything done in public administration, what you will do, to whom you will go. Generally, don't people go for their MLAs and MPs? It is political. It is directed by the politics, directed by the legislature. If you want some job in private organization, it's very rare. Sometimes it is non-political. Third, public administration is characterized by red tape, while private administration is free from that. It's not saying any other thing. It's just saying free from red tapeism. Very slow, very rigid. The movement of a single file takes days, and they say if you don't give that something, files won't move at all. Tapeism. I heard a very shocking incident, my dear friends. I heard for some employees, government employees, they also have to give some money to get their salary, their pension. Why? One of the main reason is red tapeism. Definitely, they will get their job, their salary, pension, all these things. But it may take years. But to move the file, make the things faster, they have to give. What is that something? Now, let us just briefly discuss public administration and public administration with respect to new public administration and new public management. What are these? Still, we have to discuss about the importance of public administration, which is very, very important. So I'll just brief these things. This is the buzzword and the thing which is happening after 1990s. It says that rolling back of the state means state should be confined to minimal state, the bare minimum needed to maintain law and order, defense, where there is a need of economy of scale, things like that only. All other things you give it to market. Market means private or anything. Market, demand and supply. The slogan, the very, very popular slogan they say, government is the instrument we were using. This is not working properly. So it is a time to remake it by inducing some private administration things, by inducing market, by contracting out. Public administration, the government also should work on efficiency, effectiveness, economy. On the other hand, new public administration emerged in America. These are the things mainly, as I told, all the concepts, everything, they have the origin in America. 95%. If I say 95%, it may be very less. Nowadays, some changes are happening. But previously, almost 99% used to be in America itself. In America, studying public administration is also have a great value. In fact, it is one of the revered branch, like economy, all these things. New public administration. Why new public administration? During 1960s, there were many problems in America, like urban riots, conflict between different races, increase in poverty, unemployment, joblessness, dissatisfaction among the people, corruption. So, what public administrationists means the academicians with respect to public administration, what they felt that the public administration, the old public administration is not responding to the needs of the people means old public administration is becoming irrelevant. It is not relevant. His principles, the principles of public administration, world public administration, they're not solving the problems. They're not solving the problems. So they came up with the concept of new public administration. Just in one line, old public administration was ineffective. The principles, the theories of old public administration were not of use. They were not responding to the changing things. They were not bringing about the welfare of the people. So they said that Old public administration we don't want. We want new public administration. Is this clear? Let me just briefly explain these things. New Public Administration (NPA), popularly known as NPA. According to New Public Administration, the goals of public administration should be number one, relevance. So, public administration should have relevance to the contemporary problems and issues, not theorizing whatever you want, and that may be correct, they may be good. If they're not relevant, what is the use? So, new public administration says that public administration should have relevance to the contemporary things, the things which are changing. Example of Indian example. The monopoly of the state has gone. We are no more under the British control. We are under democracy. We are under democracy. Even now, the attitude of the civil servant or public servant is the same what we were when we were under British rule. It is irrelevant now. Then we had a police state where that authority, that superiority, that eliteness among the public servants was okay because it was there to control. And the policies then they were made, it was okay. Still, we have got 1861 Police Act still ruling, 1872 Evidence Act still what we have. Don't you think we should make some changes? Code of Conduct was late revised in 1964. Don't you think 50 years have gone? Then the maximum amount of a gift one can take from anyone was 5,000 rupees. Then it was okay, 5,000 rupees. Even now, they are having the same thing. Means there are many things irrelevant. So public administration should be relevant, should have relevance to the contemporary problems and issues. New public administration rejected value-free stand. It rejected value-free stand. Means just say for example, no values, no nothing like sympathy, empathy, compassion to weaker sections of the society. Only rules and regulation. Value free means it is your decisions should be based on rejected value free. Means it is saying that values should be there. Value free means it is directing about fact. Fact means about rules and regulations only, on rigid rules and regulations, without acting to the values, sentiments of the people. Social equity. It recommended for social equity. It says that public administration should be champions of the underprivileged. It is not equality, it is telling about equity. Why we have reservation for SC/ST? The principle of equity. Social equity, they are talking of mainly of social equity. And they say that public administration should be champions of the underprivileged. If they are not the champions of the underprivileged, then there may not be, then the chances of them being suppressed will be high. Change orientation. Public officials should be change agents, not the people who are concentrating on the status quo. They're not acting as change agents. In fact, say for example, when computer was introduced, Lot of the public servants oppose that. This is the reason why our e-governance projects, all these things took very long time. They are status quo oriented. What public administration was status quo oriented. So it says that no, that is wrong. You have to be like change oriented, clientele focus, very important. Clientele focus approach should be there. Means your approach, say for example, a law is good only when it is focusing about the people, only if it is satisfying the people. Don't give what you feel are good. Ask people what they want, give them voice, then give them what they want. Giving everybody 5 kgs rice, I'm not saying that is bad. Do people want that? Do people want that? If people are not interested in rice and if they want money instead, give that. You don't decide what people want. Give them voice. Give them voice on how, when, and what to provide. Is this clear? You also should satisfy what they want. Give them voice. That is there in these things. So all these things still are relevant. So these are in fact, the disadvantages or the limitations of public administration. You can write them in the examination. That is the reason why I have mentioned these things. It's a very broad concept. Just I have mentioned these 5 points. Next. So how to make these things? How to make the government? How to make the public administration relevant? How to make the government focusing on value? How to make the government focusing on social equity? How public officials should act as the champions of change, champions of downtrodden, how they can concentrate on the people, clientele focus, giving them voice. This can happen, they say, with the solution of decentralization, debureaucratization, deregulation, democratization, delegation, all these things. So all these 4 Ds, they say that will lead to all these things will lead to moving from old public administration OPA, old public administration, to NPA, new public administration. So here some more democratization, debureaucratization, some more, The difference here is decentralization and deregulation. Sorry, delegation. Decentralization means here all the powers are given to different organs. Say for example, here we have center and this is state. These powers are given by constitution. This is decentralization. In decentralization, powers are given once for all. One is not dependent on the other. I was other day saying, even in polity, when you are writing answer or in your mind, don't have the concept like this. Don't have the concept like this is central government and these are state governments. Have the concept like this. Constitution has given powers to these things. This is decentralization. Delegation means here, say for example, a superior authority. There is some work X. There is some work to be done X. You assign this work, you give this work to your subordinate. Here, ultimate responsibility and authority rest with the superior itself. In delegation, ultimate authority and responsibility stays with the person, the organization itself, but it has delegated that to its subordinate or some other person. But in case of this one, it is not delegation, it's given once for all. Decentralization. Is the concept clear? The person who delegates still has the ultimate, the final authority and responsibility with respect to the task which he has delegated. Is this clear? We'll discuss about decentralization, delegation, all these things in brief whenever the context comes. Okay. New public management, very important thing because this is the thing what is happening now. So what is this? Very important thing. Just you remember this two things. What and why take from public administration. How from private administration. What you want to do. Why you want to do from public administration. Public administration means why? Main thing, taking the things with public interest. So taking with public interest. This is clear? Everything, the execution, all these things. With public interest you are taking. And how to do that? How to do? How to achieve these things? You take from private organization. In this, they're just saying that greater utilization of the market is the need of the hour. Government, public administration has failed to deliver the things. So, how to do a thing you taking from private administration. What to do, why to do you take from public administration. It concentrates mostly on economy, efficiency, effectiveness. Is this clear? There are many things like clientele focus, giving more focus to the markets, treating people as clients. All these things are there. I just want to sum up the things with these three things. Economy, efficiency, effectiveness. Economy, efficiency, effectiveness. So economy, you know the concept. What is the difference between efficiency and effectiveness? I'll give an example for this. First, efficiency. Say for example, there is a training. There is a training in organization. The goal of this organization, the training is to increase the capabilities. Maybe simply think like some anything like with respect to his capabilities, anything. So increase his capabilities. The training was to increase the capabilities of the personnel people present in the organization. Afterwards, after training, if you find that these capabilities for which the training was made, if they are increased, then it is known as efficient. The training was effectiveness. Why did we give the training? To increase the capabilities. The capabilities have increased. Is this increased capability increasing the production? increasing the profit of any organization. If it is increasing, then it is effectiveness. This is clear. So, ensuring eradicating the waste is economy. Streamlining the services in government organizations is efficiency. Effectiveness is specification of the object to ensure that resources are targeted to the problem. Is this clear? Any doubt with respect to these things? There is very important aspect left over, my dear friends. That is with respect to importance and role of public administration, and also the previous year questions which we took up. Some of the students, since they asked the doubt, it some we were not able to cover in this session. I'll take up in my next session the role and importance of public administration along with the previous year questions which we have discussed. If you have any doubt, please comment. I will try to solve these things in the next session. Generally, we will have many doubts. Just comment on those things. Like today or the other day, whenever I see that, I will try to solve those things in the next session. So we'll take up all these things and many more in the next sessions. Until then, take care of yourself. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe our YouTube channel. Happy learning with Unacademy. Thank you.